people of my generation turned towards Eastern religion. They saw the hypocrisy and corruption of mainstream Christendom, and so they looked to Eastern mysticism. Is it reasonable? I remember walking through the streets of Mumbai, Bombay, India one time. True story. A mound of stinking garbage about twice the length of this table, and a little boy about 18 months old, obviously tuberculous, severely malnourished, laying on a mound of stinking garbage in the middle of a huge city. He was from the outcasts in the caste system. He was a Dalit. And there were thousands and thousands of people, thousands, it's a huge city, passing him by every hour. There must have been several thousand people just walking down that one street. Just leaving the kid there. And he was one of only God knows how many thousands and thousands of young children like that in India. Right up the road. And this is in a big city now. Right up the road. I saw it with my own eyes. They were giving cows sacks of wheat. The life of the cow was worth more than the life of the baby. My reason said, shoot the cow and give the kid a steak. But the Hindu religion said, no, that's his karma. That's not social injustice. It's supposed to be that way. He was a bad boy in a previous life. That's why he's like that. And then I come to Great Britain or the United States or Australia, and I see people in the Western world, in the Judeo-Christian world, turning towards Eastern religion. Go look at what that religion has done for India. I've seen it. But the churches are growing in India. Allahu Akbar. Allah Nabi b'kifalak mabsut ismi Yaakov. Alhamdulillah. I lived in the Middle East for years. I lived there for years. Muhammad married Aisha, the daughter of Abu Bakr, when she was 6. At the age of 54, when she was 9, he took her virginity. A 54-year-old man takes the virginity of a little girl. This is a greater prophet than anybody, greater than Jesus, they say. Huh? Jesus said it's better to have a millstone tied around your neck and be cast into the sea than to hurt a little child. Muhammad had other ideas. It just is not reasonable. I want a reason. No Muslim's ever been able to answer the question. Buddha, Gautama. Buddha never claimed to be God. He was simply reacting against the injustices of Hinduism and the caste system. It's written. A woman came to the Buddha and said, "Oh, Master Buddha Gautama, my son, my only son is dead. My heart is grieved. I can't cope with the pain, the anguish, my only son. What can I do, oh Master Buddha?" Gautama told her, "My daughter, you must plant an acorn, but you must find this acorn in a house where no one has ever died." She returns after many years to Gautama and says, "Oh Master Buddha, I've sought to do as you have said, but I have not been able to find a house in all of India where no one has ever died." His reply, "You have learned a great lesson, my daughter." He didn't claim to have a solution to the problem of death. But Jesus said, "I am the resurrection and the life. The man believeth in me, though he die, yet shall he live." He was either lying or telling the truth. Not only did Jesus claim to have a solution to death that Buddha didn't, but Jesus claimed to be the solution. I want a reason. But then there are people who said they're Christian, whatever that means. I know what it's supposed to mean, but what it actually means, it's pretty obvious. Christianity began as a faith in Israel. It was transformed into a philosophy in Greece. It was transformed into an empire in Rome. And it was transformed into a 501(c)(3) tax-deductible corporation in the United States. Christian. All kinds of Christians. All kinds. All kinds of Christians. Well, Mormons say they're Christians. I was in Utah once and I had a copy of the Discourse of Brigham Young, volume 17. And these Mormons were going around with t-shirts. Brigham Young said it. I believe it, that settles it. That was on the t-shirts. So I had the Journal of Discourses. Joseph Smith said there's Quakers living on the moon, but Brigham Young said there's Quakers living on the sun who lived to be 1,000 years old. Brigham Young said it, and you believe it. That settles it. So they did the usual Mormon mantra. I got a burning in my bosom, and I'll testify to you the Church of Latter-day Saints is true. Yeah. And I got a burning in my bosom, and I testify to you there's Quakers are living on the moon. Give me a reason, will you? Then there's Charles Taze Russell, Jehovah's Witness. They say they're Christian. That guy has made so many false prophecies, as did his successors like Nathan Noor and Rutherford. He's made so many false prophecies, he's almost catching up with Rick Joyner. Why should you believe somebody who always calls it wrong chronically, continually? Give me a reason. I need a reason. I need a reason.